بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد.
So tonight's class is hardcore Hajj class because there is a lot of information, and Hajj is not an easy ritual. That's why most people go with imam or sheikh or something, someone who tells them what to do over there. Even if they take classes here before they go, they still need help over there. It's not easy. But I'll go through some of the stuff. All right, now we have Arkan al-Hajj. Arkan, anytime you see the word Arkan, meaning the pillars of Hajj, like Arkan al-Salah, Arkan al-Islam, those are a must. Your Hajj is incorrect without them. So it's not like if you missed it, you can do something about it. If you miss it, you cannot do Hajj, or your Hajj is not acceptable and you have to do it again. So those are the very important pillars of Hajj. They are four. Of course, Ikram. Ikram is to be in the Ikram status, which is, when you wear the Ihram clothes and you make the intention to do Hajj. By the way, this is interesting to say, normally the intention should always be in the heart. You don't say it out loud. So when you go to pray, you don't say, I intend to pray dhuhr. This is something in your heart. When you want to make wudu, you don't say, I intend to make wudu. Except for Hajj. You do that. You say the intention out loud. That's the only ritual where you have to say the intention out loud. It's sunnah to do that. To say, nawaitu al-Hajj. I intend to do Hajj. So this is one thing. So this is the first condition, ihram. The second condition, al-wuquf bi-Arafah. The Prophet ﷺ says, al-Hajj Arafah. The day of Arafat, when the Hujjaj stand on the mountain of Arafah, that is a condition, and without it, there is no Hajj. Normally, they stay from the zawal, meaning almost noon, until fajr of the next day. Next day is Yawm al-Nahr, which is basically the Eid. Number 3, tawaf al-ziyara, or they call it tawaf al-ifada. When you first arrive, you do tawaf around the Kaba. That is a condition. And number 4, as-sa'i bayna Safaa and Marwah, to do the running between Safa and Marwah. And that is a condition as well. If somebody does not do one of those four, you can't make it up. There is nothing you can do. You have to repeat your Hajj again next time, inshallah. Now, second, we have Wajibat al-Hajj. We have Arkan. We said Arkan al-Hajj, if you miss it, that Hajj is not accepted. The four things we just mentioned. وَإِيَّاكُمْ inshallah. Wajibat al-Hajj, of course, dua in that place on the mountain of Arafah. This is the best dua you can ever imagine, because you are in the best location on earth, the Mount of Arafah, at the best time during the year, the time of Hajj or Hijjah, and you are in the Ihram status, which is the closest you can be to Allah. So that's why if you want to make dua, that is the place to make dua and ask for whatever you want. Inshallah, I will go there and ask for a Lamborghini. So maybe you will see me coming back from Hajj in a Lamborghini. So Wajibatul Hajj, as we said, the first four are Arkan, the pillars. You have to do them. It's not an option. And your Hajj is not complete or not accepted without them. Wajibat al-Hajj, these are 7. And if somebody misses one of them or more, their Hajj is still accepted, but they have to do something to mend it, basically. That it's kind of like incomplete. And normally they have to sacrifice some, cow or camel, or we're going to get to that, any udhiyah. So those are, first of all, to do the ihram, which is the niyat, as we said, at the meeqat. Meeqat is a location In that location, you should have that niyyah that you're doing Hajj. And this location changes according to where you're coming from. Like the people who are coming from Houston, for example, on that side of the world, they have a certain meeqat. People who are coming from a different place, and basically, normally the people will be in the aeroplane, and the pilot, the captain, will be making an announcement. Now we are crossing the miqat now, so make your intention, your hajj, and if you miss it, you have to go back and do it again. Go back to the miqat. Tell the pilot, make a U-turn.
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot. Make a U-turn. So yeah. That's difficult, by the way. Imagine if your miqat was, which can be in a different city in Arabia, and you land and then you go back in the car to the miqat to make intention and come back. It's not easy. So it's better not to miss it. So, alaykum assalam. Another thing is,
So al-miqat is a location?
miqat is a location. That's a location.
Exactly.
When you pass by it, you have to have the intention.
So the Prophet Muhammad went there before he went to Hajj?
No, if you are from Medina or Mecca, so the miqat of people of Medina is on the way from Medina to Mecca. And the people of Mecca, their miqat is Mecca itself.
Okay.
So those outside is only for those who are coming from a different place. But Mecca and Medina, it's kind of a little bit easier for them. Yeah. The second wajibat or something that should be done is to spend more time in Arafah. We said the rukn is from the sun, the noon to the next day. To spend a whole 24 hours is better. Number 3, to sleep in Muzdalifah. Number 4, I'm just going to go through them quickly. Sleep in Mana in the 3 days of Tashriq, the last 3 days, 13, 14, 15. Number 5 is to throw the jamarat, to stone the shaitan. Number 6 is to cut the hair. And number 7, to do tawaf al-wada', to do tawaf before you leave. So this is wajib. See, the tawaf of the qudum or al-ifada, when you get there, this is a rukn. It must be done. Tawaf, the farewell or tawaf al-wada', that is a wajib, which is less in rank. But if a person does not do it, they have to make a sacrifice. What is the sunan of Hajj? Ghusl before the Ikram. To do ghusl and to for the because when you are in ihram, you cannot cut your nails and you cannot cut your hair. And when you're doing ghusl, when you're taking a shower, I mean, it's you can take a shower when you are in the ihram, but the problem is sometimes the hair may fall off. That's why sometimes we don't recommend it. So they do ghusl before.
The woman has to cut a little piece of the hair.
Everybody, right? Yeah, everybody. That's in the end, that's tahallul. When you're done from the Hajj, you do that, yeah. You do for the woman a little bit, for the men, normally they cut it all. I wonder how will I look like that. Look funny, probably. Look bald.
You have to try it one time.
When I did Umrah, actually, I just cut a little bit. You don't have to, it's sunnah to cut it all, but if you cut it a little bit is enough. Number 4, next one is to be quicker in the tawaf, the first 3 rounds, to do it kind of like a little running. Not running exactly, but kind of jogging. Number 5, to uncover, and this is for men, obviously, their right shoulder in the tawaf al-qudum. When they show their right shoulder and they cover the left. Number 6, to sleep in Arafah one night, as we said. Number 7, to do labbaik Allahumma labbaik, that's sunnah. Number 8, pray Maghrib and Isha in Muzdalifah. And number 9, to stand in Muzdalifah until next day. Those are the sunan. And again, I'm going through them quickly.
But most of the groups, they usually don't sleep in Arafah. They go early in the morning and they stay until afternoon, and then they go to Muzdalifah.
Maybe it's more convenient this way, I guess. Maybe because it becomes very busy at that time, I believe. So anyway, next, what are you not supposed to do in Hajj? So it's not allowed in Hajj for men to wear anything that is sewed, or something that has a tailored work in it. You wear the surwal or the izar, which is kind of like one piece on the bottom and one piece on the top. Of course, women can wear whatever they want.
You mean the pants are not, they're loose?
Men can't wear pants in Hajj.
Yeah, but does it have anything that's holding it?
That's funny. No, we'll be holding it and running around the place just with your hand. That's a good question. Of course, normally we tie it in a certain way, or you can
It's
put
tied.
a clip or something. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. But you're gonna be holding it and running around, and then somebody forgets that he's holding it. There will be a problem then.
No, we're like a dhoti. Or we have a belt also. There's a belt available. You can put a belt on it.
Yeah, you can put a belt, you can put a clip or something.
Well, like
But,
dhoti,
yeah.
you can put it, yeah.
You can put a
Yeah.
belt? Okay. Okay.
You can take somebody with you to hold it for you, just in case. No, there will be no undergarments in Hajj for men.
Mm-mm.
No undergarments. They can't wear the underwear and the undershirt. All these things you can't wear in Hajj. Yeah, for men, of course. I'm talking about men. Just
Yeah.
the two pieces of cloth. But yeah, you cannot wear anything for men other than these two pieces. For women, they wear everything normally, of course, hijab and everything. But for women, they cannot cover their hands or their face.
Right.
So in Hajj, wearing the niqab is not allowed for women unless she finds herself in a place, and I don't know how that's going to happen, surrounded by men or something like that. But normally, women are normally together.
Sheikh, I have a follow-up question. For the niqab, does it apply for Umrah as well?
Yeah, as long
Yeah.
as you are in the ihram, you cannot wear niqab for women. And the men cannot cover their heads. The topi that the people have, that you can't have that in Hajj or Umrah, in the ihram. Bismillah. You cannot cover your hands and your face in the ihram for women, and men cannot cover their heads. وإياكم إن شاء الله. So that's the rule. And the thing is, again, this is a ritual. That's why, regarding the niqab, people say, then are we supposed to wear the niqab outside of the Hajj? That's a dispute. Again, as we said, some say it's sunnah, some say it's wajib, whatever it is. But in Hajj, you cannot do that. Number two, you cannot wear perfume. You cannot wear perfume in Hajj. Now, some say then, well, people gonna smell bad.
Well, some of them,
So,
they do smell bad.
huh?
Some of them, they really do smell bad.
Well, you can't wear any perfume, but what you can do, you can take a shower if you have to without anything that has smell. You can take shower just with water, or ghar, sabun al-ghar, if you know what that is. There is a soap that does not have any smell. So you can use that. Or you can use something else that is natural, which is not manufactured, but it's better to stay away from that. But that doesn't mean people have to smell bad, obviously. Inshallah. Number three, which is not allowed during Hajj, is to cut the nails, as we said, and the hair. And this is for both male and female. If somebody by mistake, his nail broke or something, that is fine. But they should not cut it themselves. As we said, men are not supposed to cover their heads with anything in the Hajj. And the woman cannot cover her face with the niqab. And she cannot wear gloves as well. If somebody did any of those things, he covered his face, covered his head, and by mistake, is okay. If by mistake they forgot, or it's a habit or something. But as soon as they remember, they should stop. Next one, which is not allowed during Hajj, is doing nikah, getting married. I don't know who's going to get married in Hajj, but maybe you find a good person in Hajj. You find a good person and say like, hey, will you marry me? They wait until after Hajj. You can't marry during Hajj. This marriage does not nullify the Hajj, but the marriage is incorrect. It doesn't count. So if somebody gets married during the Hajj, in Hajj they are in Ikram, their marriage is incorrect. They have to get married again. But the Hajj is okay. Obviously, to get intimate is not allowed. And that's a big deal. Intimacy in Hajj. Huh? Yeah, if you want to talk about it, like if you find somebody, and I have heard people, by the way, they found each other in the Hajj, they can talk about it, and they say after Hajj we get married, but not in Hajj.
Yeah.
Intimacy in Hajj is a terrible mistake. Intimacy in the Hajj not only nullifies the Hajj, it requires a tawbah and a diya. You have to do a sacrifice and you have to repeat the Hajj. So it's a very bad thing. Yeah. Anything that is considered to be sexual is not allowed, even with the wife, a kiss or anything like that. Even if it doesn't lead to anything, that is still not allowed in Hajj. Next, it's not allowed, obviously, to go hunting in Hajj. And you're not supposed to kill any animals in
Ashhur
Hajj.
al-Haram, isn't it? Ashhur al-Haram?
No, in Hajj, only in Hajj.
Only
And in the Makkah, in the area, in the Haram. Except certain animals, the Prophet ﷺ allows for the muhram to kill even if they are in the Hajj. They are the crow and the mouse and the scorpion and the snake and the dog. You are allowed to kill them even if you are in the
dog
ihram.
too?
You don't go run after dogs and kill every single dog you see.
But why the dog? I'm trying to think, why the dog?
I mean, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did not like dogs, and we talked about that before.
Okay.
In general, dogs are not good. I'm not going to say bad, but in Islam views dogs as impure. So the dogs are impure.
What about lizards? Lizards also, I think.
Yeah, lizards too. You can't have a lizard inside your house as a pet.
Right.
So cat is good. We like cats. Yeah, cats are very cute. The other day, somebody left the door of the masjid open, and I was leading fajr, and then the cat came inside and it started going back and forth in front of me. I almost lost my mind. Anyway, but cats are okay. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu used to have a small kitty in his under his sleeve all the time. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay. Next, of course, you're not allowed to cut any trees or even grass. So you're not supposed to touch anything, vegetation or animals. You're not supposed to do that because you're supposed to be in this holy status. You don't kill anything, no trees, no plants, and no animals, other than what we mentioned, inshallah.
There's not much in Saudi anyway.
Well, now it is coming back. They're doing that, and this is one of the minor signs that it will go back into being a green, like it used to be in the past, the green land and everything. So it's happening now, subhanallah. All right.
Sheikh, I know the women, they are going in a group for Umrah now without any mahram. So is it okay if they go for a Hajj without a mahram?
I looked into this, to be honest, about traveling to Hajj and Umrah. It's the same. The ruling is the same for Hajj or Umrah. Some say you need to have a mahram because there is a clear hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, more than one hadith actually, and that hadith does not exclude anyone. any woman,
So
regardless.
is this only for traveling that you have to have a mahram because it's a long travel, or is it specifically for Hajj and Umrah?
Well, it's a long travel too, Hajj and Umrah.
I know, but during that, what if somebody drops them there and then leaves them and come back and pick it up? So what do you say about that?
They can. For to do the ritual itself is fine. The travel is the issue. But again, you are
Yeah.
still a traveler over there. But anyway, there is another opinion, which is okay, I would say, that for Hajj and Umrah it is allowed to go as a group. Other types of travel, no. Hajj and Umrah, because it's a ibadah, you are allowed to go as a group without a mahram. So that's another opinion. One opinion says no, and that's it. As a lady, and the hadith says for more than one day the travel, because again, if you're going to a grocery store, that's not traveling. But if you are traveling as a lady, you need to have a mahram regardless of the age or Hajj or Umrah or anything. So that is one opinion, which seems to be, wallahu alam, more stronger. The other opinion says no, Hajj and Umrah are okay for women to go as a group without a mahram. So that's the situation.
Okay. Now, what's the muhram is for? Just in case she dies?
No.
What?
We're talking about that. Why is she going to die?
I
No.
thought you know.
It's for protection. Because
Oh,
traveling is always, even today, they say it's more safer, no doubt, in the aeroplane than before. They used to travel in the desert, and lady cannot
right.
travel by herself. But even today in the airport, I remember I was traveling alone. I used to travel a lot in the past. One guy stopped me in the airport, and he was claiming to be security, and he wanted to search my stuff.
What
So
stuff?
if you, my
Your bag?
luggages
Oh,
in the airport, just one person, random person. So you have to, if you are a lady, you might get scared, and you have to have a mahram who will take care of these kind of situations.
mm-hmm.
So that's why, for protection purposes, especially when you're traveling and maybe it's a place you have never been to before, having a mahram, which is a man by your side, will make it much easier for you.
Sheikh, do you not cut trees and hunt in the sanctuary, the Mecca Medina, where the masjids are, or this is only the 2-week period during Hajj season?
Hajj season.
No, in general, that is the location that is holy, and this what you said should not be done. But if somebody does it, that's a different thing from when somebody doing Hajj. That's a different thing. So basically, it's a sin if somebody is not doing Hajj. But if somebody is doing Hajj, it's even a bigger sin, and he has to do diya for that. He has to slaughter something for that.